Welcome back to video 2 for week 2. In the first video, we started talking about cost and we learned about implicit cost, explicit cost, sunk cost, economic profit and accounting profit. And the two lessons that we should have learned from the last video, one is that we should not consider sunk cost in making a business decision. Sunk cost is something that is gone, we should not consider them. And second, we should not ignore hidden cost, that is implicit cost. We should consider, let me write it again, consider implicit cost, don't consider sunk cost in making decisions. So, that was the lesson from the first video. Let us now delve into the content for second week, and in this second video of the second week, and in this video we are going to talk about fixed cost and variable cost and also quasi fixed cost. So, earlier we saw that C of Q can be divided into implicit plus explicit cost. Here we will divide it in slightly different manner. We will divide it into a component and we will call it fixed cost in short, which does not depend on quantity produced. So, let us say that if think about bus service, the salary to the driver that goes is fixed cost, whether the bus is full or not, whether it is transporting 20 people or 30 people, it does not matter, it does not change. A cost that does not change with quantity produced is called fixed cost. And as opposite to fixed cost, the other component is variable cost, and in short VC, it changes with output. As Q increases, VC increases. You produce more, it will cost you more. And typically raw material, let us say that you are producing chocolate, if you produce more chocolate, then of course your cost of raw material is going to be higher and it will cost you more. So, the cost of raw material will come into variable cost. So, these are the two components that we have at large. Sometime we also talk about quasi fixed cost. What is quasi? Quasi is a word that means almost fixed cost. Like in some industry, what happens, like let us say that in hydropower project, starting a generator is a very costly affair. So, the cost changes if generator is idle, not producing anything, to when it starts producing, from going from 0 to epsilon, you need to incur a cost, and then it does not change at all. So, that sort of cost is called quasi fixed cost. In our discussion, we are going to ignore this cost particularly. We will focus ourselves on fixed cost and variable cost. Okay. So, once we know fixed cost and variable cost, we can calculate what we call average fixed cost and average variable cost. How can we do that? We can take total cost, that is C of Q, divide it by Q. So, on the right hand side also gets divided by Q, FC by Q, and here VC Q divided by Q, and here we get average cost. This is average fixed cost, and what is remarkable here is that average fixed cost is a function of Q. Why? Because Q is appearing in the denominator, and of course, here is average variable cost. So, you should always remember that average fixed cost is changes, it changes with q, it does not remain fixed, and it is possible in some of the cases that average variable cost is not changing with q. Let us look at it in more detail. So, let us say fixed cost for a production is 500, and so average fixed cost can be given as 500 divided by q. If you plot it, q on x axis and average fixed cost on y axis, it would look like this. So, we can say average fixed cost is always decreasing with q. Now, let us pay attention to variable cost. Let us say that each unit cost you 5 rupees to make. So, let us say if you are producing 5, you are producing q units, then it will cost you 5 q, and in that case average variable cost is going to be 5 q divided by q, and that is 5. So, average variable cost is fixed, it is not changing with q. So, that is remarkable thing that one has to keep in mind. People get confused. Fixed cost does not change, but average fixed cost always changes with q. Variable cost always changes with q, but average variable cost may or may not change with q. So, here I have given you an example in which average variable cost is not changing, but one can think that as you produce more, you have access to better technology, you can produce more easily, and in that case your average variable cost would fall. Average variable cost is going to fall. Next possibility is that as you produce more and more, raw material that you are buying becomes expensive. Let us say your city does not have capacity to supply more than 5,000 banana, and now you need 10,000 banana. You have to go to the nearby city and buy banana from there. So, in that case your average variable cost would be rising, something like that. So, all three possibilities are there. Here variable cost is, average variable cost is not changing, here average variable cost is decreasing, and here average variable cost is increasing, while average fixed cost always decreases. Now, let us talk about the concept of average cost and marginal cost. We have already talked about average cost. Let us talk about marginal cost, and for we economists the notion of margin is very important, not just in context of cost, but even in context of revenue and in many other places. What do we mean by marginal cost? So, it is on margin, it is on edge, we are talking about things on edge. So, very rough definition is that marginal cost is the cost to produce one more unit. So, basically we can say marginal cost is basically total cost of producing q plus 1 unit minus cost of producing q unit. So, this is the marginal cost. Why do I say that it is an approximate definition, not the exact definition? What is so special about 1? This we can also write that q plus 1 minus q, and therefore q and q is getting cancelled. If we understand calculus, we can have much better definition, because one can also say marginal cost of q is Cq minus Cq minus 1 q minus q minus 1, and these two may not be the same, they may be different, and that can create problem, because here we are talking about discrete jump. But if we understand calculus, this 1 can be replaced by h, and so we can say that marginal cost of q is nothing but q plus h minus C of q divided by q plus h minus q. So, q get cancelled and we can say limit h tends to 0, h can be a positive number, h can be a negative number, and this is the most accurate definition of marginal cost. So, we talked about marginal cost, we have not talked about the relationship between average cost and marginal cost. Let us try to understand before we do more on marginal cost. Let us say you are producing 10 items and it is costing you 100 rupees, and if you are producing 11 items and it is costing you 111 rupees. How much is by our rudimentary definition that we have, how much is the marginal cost? Marginal cost is going to be 11. How much is the average cost here? This is 10 and 11 is greater than 10. So, let us see what happens to the average cost here, 111 divided by 11, and which is definitely greater than 10. So, what happens when marginal cost is higher than average cost? It pulls average cost up, and similarly if MC is less than average cost, it pulls AC down. We can see the same thing using calculus, because what is average cost at Q? Average cost at Q is C of Q divided by Q. If we differentiate it with respect to Q, let us do that, dAC by dQ, what do we get? We will get C dash Q divided by Q. What we get is C dash Q minus C of Q divided by Q square. If we take 1 by Q out as a common, we are left with C dash Q minus CQ by Q. What is this? This is average cost. And what is this? If you pay attention here, this is nothing but C dash Q. So, marginal cost is nothing but C dash Q, and so this is marginal cost. So, what do we get? 1 by Q multiplied by MC minus AC. So, if MC is greater than AC, this thing is positive and it means that this is plus. So, as Q increases, AC increases. If MC is less than AC, then this thing is negative, and so as Q increases, AC decreases. And if MC is equal to AC, this is equal to 0, and then there is no change in the average cost. So, that is how marginal cost and average cost are related. Let us look at the relationship between average cost and marginal cost with help of graph. Let us say that we have Q on x axis and C of Q on y axis. As we produce more, total cost increases. So, let me draw it like this. This is the total cost or C of Q curve. And we want to evaluate, let us say this is Q naught, we want to evaluate how much is the average cost here. So, the average cost is going to be this height, that is C of Q naught divided by this base. So, this angle gives us the average cost. Okay. Average cost at Q naught is C Q naught by Q naught, and as the angle increases, average cost is increasing, as the angle decreases, average cost is decreasing. And similarly, if we want to talk about if we want to talk about marginal cost, we have already figured out that marginal cost at Q naught is C dash Q naught. So, that what is C dash? The rate of change, in total cost. That is what the marginal cost is. And again let me tell you that the rudimentary definition that you are using, that the cost of producing one more unit. So, we have better definition. One way to go is Q naught plus 1 and get this, and this angle will give us the marginal cost. But as we already know that it is the rate of change in Q, so at this place the tangent to the cost curve will give us the marginal cost. That, let me write it, the tangent to the cost curve gives us the marginal cost. Now let us talk about cost curve. So, we have already figured out C of Q is FC plus VC of Q, or average cost is AFC plus AVC Q. And so, let us look at average cost. So, average fixed cost is always going down with Q, while variable cost can go up. If it goes up, what would be the result? At low value of Q, notice that FC divided by Q, as Q goes to 0, this whole thing goes to infinity. So, no matter how high average variable cost is, at the low values average fixed cost would dominate the average, would be the dominant component of average cost curve. So, we can say in this case that first it will come down because average fixed cost is falling, and then it will start increasing because this will start dominating, average variable cost will go to 0. So, average cost curve could look like this. Another possibility, this we are going to keep same, let us change it to that you have the average variable cost is also decreasing. In that case, the curve that we are going to get for average cost is going to be always falling. It is also possible that it remains fixed. In this case, so it falls in the beginning and then it's kind of become stable, a constant, and that is what your average cost curve could be. So, this is very basic on cost. We are going to come back to these topic once again. That is enough for the second video. We are going to talk about seller side little bit more before we hit to the buyer side.